on these episodes and said that they,
Yeah,
watching them help them become a better player was Grace One Deer, who I had
yeah.
never really talked to before. I'd
I
seen
was
him kind
actually
of
super
be,
excited when he told me that because like I was just kind of keeping track of like what happened in the tournament after I had like gotten beat out because like basically the way it
yeah.
was the way it all happened was like the guy that beat me was like, oh, I'm fucking sick and my head hurts and stuff, and I was like, well, what the fuck? And then he talked
So you
to
were maybe gonna like play instead of
yeah,
him,
he
but then
talked
he
to
ended up
Wolf,
being
and
fine.
then I was like, okay. Basically, he was like, "This is what's gonna happen," and I was like, "All right, that's fair." And then he came back, and then I ended up. I was just like reading the chat and seeing what was going on, because like, I
Yeah.
mean, not to be like, not to lie, like I was pretty fucking salty about losing, but at the end
Yep.
of the day, I wasn't gonna like stick around in the chat and fucking be like a fucking stick in the mud. I was just gonna be like, you know what, I'll just go do my own fucking thing. I'll play the event, and then I ended up doing really good in the event. So, it was
Yeah, I think
whatever. You
that
know,
like pent up energy that was supposed to be for the rounds after round one, at least for me, I definitely poured into the event and did pretty good as well. Not quite as good as you, but um,
But yeah, so like I basically just went and played the event, said fuck it. But like I went and I checked the chat, and it was like I saw that he had made it to like fucking pretty much like the final round of the day, and I thought that was pretty fucking awesome because
well,
like
he took 2 games off
off
of
at Endo,
Endozoa.
yeah,
Like
and like last year
that
he didn't
right
even win
there
his.
is
Last year he might have won like a single game, I think, in like the whole thing, and he
so
went to both qualifiers.
that's yeah, that's insane to be able to take, to only go down 2-3 against one of the best players in this or maybe other card games as well. Someone who's done like paid coaching and won a
Yeah, no,
world meta tournament
he's
and
like
like got
an
paid to
actual
consult with a
professional.
different digital CCG game. Yeah, like I don't remember if it was Legends of Runeterra or that other one that I can't remember the name of that people kind of went to after this game stopped being
Snap.
developed, but he got paid to like consult on one of those games, which is just insane. So that not only is a recommendation to have people, if they're thinking about it or interested, watch these podcasts because it can
it's
supposedly help you
it's
out. But
it's kind of funny too though because it's like, well, I mean, at the end of the day, what are we gonna say? Are we gonna like if we tell them to watch them on these, then they have to already be watching them to like, you know what I mean? You can't advertise for it for something on the actual thing itself.
that is a good point. But it's also a recommendation to people to put themselves out there and try out playing in a tournament, even if you think that you're not good enough or you're just gonna lose or whatever. Like there were some people in this last one that had like very much seemed like first time tournament players, and
One
it's a
sec, I'm
great
gonna go let my
experience.
cat
Like
out. It's starting to kind of piss me off. I'm not gonna lie.
no worries. But yeah, I mean, I cannot recommend enough to people who may watch this to, if you haven't ever played in a Legends tournament, try it out. Like, enter one. If you don't really know how that works, like, finding a Discord
All
link
right, I'm
or
gonna
getting
call it.
on
Like
Battlefly or whatever.
I'm gonna call it. It's
Um,
gonna be back. He's gonna be back crying at the door in like fucking 30
your
minutes.
cat?
Yeah, probably. Anyway,
I was
I'm
just
back.
rambling on about how I think anyone out there that wants to continue improving in this game could really benefit from checking out the tournament scene and just, seeing what it's like trying it out. It definitely makes people better players. Um, and it can be kind of intimidating going up against, some really semi-pro pro level players like we were just talking about with Endo and
I'm
whatnot,
not
but
gonna
like
lie, like I wasn't worried about like who I was gonna match up in the first round. I just didn't want to match one of the fucking like I didn't want to match you and I didn't want to match fucking Endo or Ross because I was like,
yeah,
I'm. It's just gonna
those
be
were
a.
the main two for me.
I was like, I didn't want to fucking match those guys. He says like, fuck, man, like this is gonna be dumb if it fucking
Well, I
happens.
mean, I would love to match one of them maybe in the finals or at the semifinals, but not the first round. Come on, don't
Yeah,
don't let me get all this hype and then just, get
yeah.
out the first round.
I
But
wasn't
it
really
is what
looking
it
forward
is.
to that either. But then I fucking saw that I was had well, the guy that I ended up facing was like a guy that I like fucking like became friends with. He's the guy that was I believe he was the guy in the video. I made friends with him after I made the video, but it was like the three Red Mountains and Nick Sox, whatever, Dagoff. I'm pretty sure he
Oh,
was the burn assassin. I'm almost
that
positive
you
that's how we
matched
be.
against?
Yeah, I'm almost positive that's how we became friends. And anyway, we've been talking
Nice.
on with fucking TESL for like at least a couple months now, and like recently he's been like showing me decks and like I've been like kind of telling him like cool little strategies and like little fucking texts and shit like that. and like we've just been like kind of shooting shit back and forth, and like for me to match him in the first round kind of sucked because I was like, oh shit,
Right. When
Uh,
you're friends with someone, you don't want either of you to get knocked out right
yeah,
away. Like,
yeah, and he was like, he's like, I didn't want to fucking face you the first round, man. I was like, that, yeah, I know it sucks. So like,
well, that would have been like
basically,
if me and you had matched also or something
yeah,
like.
exactly. There was a lot of people in there. I didn't really want to fucking match in the first round, to be honest with you. Like, fucking, I didn't really want to match Juno in the first round. Fucking, like, just a bunch of people that like are my
I wouldn't
friends
have
and also
I wouldn't have
fucking
minded matching one of the like first time tournament players, but no, I have to match someone who's probably played in like 50 tournaments or something like over the years.
50. Yeah, probably like more than that. Honestly, like, he's pretty fucking decorated, man. Like, I don't know, man.
Qualified for the Masters series, didn't win obviously, but like
He was fourth, I
just
think.
qualifying for that.
Pretty sure he came fourth in the second one. Fourth or third. Like he was like either like
Yeah,
runner up or
something
something
at
like
least
that.
one
It
warp
was
meta. He took
fucking
second.
wild.
I remember it was like it was a thing he talked about on Twitter. I remember that he always would like make the finals but never win in warp meta, and then he finally did win one. But those were pretty serious back in the day too. I mean, he did stuff with Team Rankstar. I mean, yeah, like you said, it just goes on and on. Like, and it was awesome that someone like that is still coming back to the game and like participating in different stuff like that. He's been streaming recently too. He's talking to me, Night Dark Wolf, Shadow.
Doshad, as I call him every now and then.
Doe Shadow. I remember I was so
Doshad.
confused by that the
Well, when
first
you
time
spell
I
it out,
saw
it
that. Yeah.
sounds kind of silly. So, like, yeah.
Well, there's nothing wrong with things that are silly.
Well, yeah, but I guess it's okay. It's not intuitive, is what I really meant to say. It's not like the most
Yeah, it's a
intuitive
24-hour
thing.
stream, Night Dark Wolf.
Well, I mean, yeah, it was. It was a thing. Okay, so basically, like, it was a 24-hour stream, like fucking 5 hours ago, I think, or something like that. Either way, the funny part about it is like I was like 24-hour stream, let's go, and then like fucking 3 hours into it, I fucking passed out, and then I
Oh
woke
no.
up. Yeah, 3 hours into it, I passed out, and then I woke up like you know 4 hours later, and I was like, ah, shit. And then I started playing games, and I was like, fuck it, let's continue to do the thing, and it just made me laugh because it's like you know, now that I had sleep, everyone's like, don't fucking fall asleep and blah blah blah. And I was like, guys, I had sleep. I got some sleep last night, so I think we're fucking good to go. It's funny. I was actually spamming Mid Battlemage this morning. Like I started off at like 150 or so, like this morning, yesterday morning. I started off like 150 or so, and I was like, I actually want to win games today, and I started spamming this deck, and I went fucking from like 150 to like 30, like 25, something like that. I ended up matching Ross actually after I changed this into a Dagoth. I beat Ross the first time we played, and then the second time we played, he beat me. So I mean, it was fair. But he was on Battle Mage both games, which is nice to see him on Battle Mage and not that fucking stupid Empire shit that he's been running fucking all month. To be honest with you, like, and that's kind of how everybody knows him as of right now is like he's like the Empire guy, and I'm like he's the fucking Battle Mage guy, guys. Like what the fuck? Like I don't know why he's fucking playing this fucking stupid shit.
So Night Dark Wolf is saying that you might be louder than me or something like that in the chat. Maybe
Oh
you already
yeah,
see that. I don't know. I
shout
could
out.
also
Okay,
scream at the top of my lungs if that would help, but my son is asleep
maybe
in
if I
the
turn up
next room over.
if I turn up the actual volume on my desktop, that'll probably fucking raise your voice a little bit.
Don't make me raise my voice at you.
How about now? Okay, how about now?
How about now?
If they're hearing you the way I hear you, then you are definitely louder now than you were a second ago.
Okay. Testing 1 2 3. Testing. Don't play workshop. Don't play Telvanni. Don't play goblins. Testing 1 2
Sweet.
3.
Yeah, he
Oh, you
says
said better. Sweet.
wicked.
That should solve the issue.
Yeah, to be fair, I was playing Workshop in that stupid fucking singleton fucking neutral deck, but I think that's the only place that it's probably actually like legitimate and
If you're not
okay.
running 3 copies and like a
If you're
deck
running it
that's
in neutral
specifically built
singleton,
around it,
if you're playing neutral singleton, I think it's okay.
or at least like way more okay than
I
the
mean,
version that people are
it
out there
does.
playing.
It sucks to get high rolled in general, but I think if you're getting high rolled by a neutral singleton deck, then it's like what, let the guy have
You've
his
got
fucking
bigger
win. Yeah,
problems.
let the guy have his fucking win. Like
He earned it.
Yeah, exactly. Like fuck, leave the guy alone. Let him play his fucking neutral singleton
One
deck in
thing,
peace.
and this is awesome that Night Dark Wolf, the who we need to give a big shout out for organizing this tournament, the summer tournament or
Actually,
tournament series.
yes. And there's something that I'd like to say after we're done doing that. But go ahead.
Yeah, like
You say
it's
your
cool that
thing.
he's here because I was about to ask if you had any takeaways from the awesome aspect of like seeing the open deck list and like the kind of decks that everyone decided to bring to the tournament. I was
Um,
a big fan of like seeing all that ahead of time,
um, I mean, it was like that last year, at last year's summer tournament. He does a lot of
which
org.
I did not play in or know about, but
He does a
I
lot
could
of
have been on break too. I don't know.
he does a lot of organizing and stuff like that, and he's very like fucking particular about
Good at it.
how he runs that, like how he runs his shit. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna say he's like obviously he's good at it, but like the reason he's good at it is because he's very meticulous with it and he spends a lot of time on it. And
you can tell that
I'm
right
not,
away.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm not saying that like I probably should spend more time on it, like when I do host tournaments and stuff like that. But like just the whole Discord stuff, like how he has everything on Discord all sorted out, and like he has like the permissions all set on each channel so that only one
oh my
player
goodness, yeah, it's all
can talk in
seems
that
like
channel, and
professionally
like
done.
it's yeah,
Yeah,
it's like he could probably make a YouTube video on like how to set up a sick Discord channel or something like that. You know what I mean? So yeah,
yeah,
no, definitely shout out
honestly,
to
it
him
makes
and
me feel like if I ever tried to do that, it would just like pale in comparison. So like I should never try like running a tournament because it's not
so
going to be anywhere near as good as that.
so basically the way it is, the whole summer tournament thing, now that he is going to be graduating his university and such, or his college, whatever his equivalent for it is, I think, he's not going to have any free time to do any more tournaments and host any more events
Right,
like this.
doing that
So
career work stuff that me and you know all too well about.
yeah, so what I'm hoping is that, if I don't know, I don't even know if the game is ever going to end. Like it just kind of seems at this point that it's just like, it's the unkillable fucking meme game like that just will never die.
I hope so, man.
But at the end of the day, it's like, there are still, I think there should still be tournaments and stuff. I do plan on hosting one in August, like I said. Once
I
I
was hyped to hear that.
kind of figure out I just need to figure out like, my schedule and ask them if I can have a bit of time off in advance so that everything works out. But the main thing for that is like going forward for like the summer tournament thing. That's like the one really big event that we have like every year, or we have had every year for at least the duration of my playing the game competitively anyway, for the most part. So if
I
he's
mean, yeah,
not
there's
going to continue
grand
doing it,
melees every now and then or whatever, but
yeah, Grand Melee is
not the
just
same.
cancer jamboree bullshit. Man, I'm fucking over. I'm over the Grand Melee, man. It's just the ladder on roids, and I think we all know how I feel about the majority of the ladder decks that we face.
Well, with one difference in that like ladder you can always like gain back ground that you've lost over time. But
Oh yeah, no, the
once
melee is
you
rough.
once you hit your three losses for a run, like it's over and you can't get it back or whatever, I guess.
Yeah, so that's probably like that's the main reason why people bring all of their super cancer decks. But
Of course.
the thing I was gonna get around to saying, is that going forward, I don't know how I would even go about this or like how I would do it, but like basically I would like to continue the summer tournament in a way that maybe he isn't involved or whatever, but I would like to use the idea and the format and the layout and everything like that, and it's still going to be called the summer tournament. Basically, kind of, you know, not let it die, if that makes any sense. Kind of just like
It
continue it on,
does.
like carry the torch, if you will, because
Yeah, I mean,
it was the
let me
big
know if
event
there's
that
anything I could do to help with that.
yeah, it was the big event that I really enjoyed playing in the last couple of times that I played in it, and it's just like I don't know, like it's to me it's like the one big Olympic event, in TESL. So it's like the one that everybody knows about and the one that everybody at least has heard about. It's the one that gets the most advertised and has the most like um, I don't know. It's just the most consistent thing that happens in TESL, I think, every year, and it's nice to fucking see people come out. It's this year was definitely a lot different than last year. Last year was like we had more time to do whatever, and like we had matches throughout the week and stuff like that. But like I can understand how that's a difficult thing to do when there's a
Yes.
bunch of different people that have to get together to make a recording and also like a bunch of shit. It's just like okay, I understand that, but I also did like the whole like first and second qualifier idea too, because it made it possible for you to kind of like, oh, like I lost this round, but maybe I can get back in next round. And like I never ended up
Yep.
actually
That would be
winning.
so nice.
I never ended up winning a qualifier, but I came like fucking third, I think, both times, and I got there by points. So that was kind of cool, being able to get there like that way. And to be honest with you, I don't really care how I get to the finals. It's just I want to make it to the finals. So if I made it to the finals, if I had just
Mm-hmm.
did a little bit better last year, I would have won. And that's just eh. It's kind of shitty, but it is what it is. It
Well,
was
that's
it was a
one
good
thing that I
tournament.
really like. That's one thing that I really like about tournaments is that even when you lose, like it's still for me anyways, and probably I'm assuming other people too, like it can have this catalyzing effect on your like interest in the game, your motivation for the game. Like if you win, it's like okay, that's great. Like I've experienced that. It's one of the best feelings for a tournament. But when you lose, it's like, man, I've got to grind and improve and do better next time. I can't wait for this next tournament, whatever it may be, to come around because I want to do better than I did in this one where I lost or whatever. Like, and I want to get that feeling back of, at least making the finals or, winning the whole thing or whatever for those that actually have before.
Yeah, and like that's the thing too is like when I lost the first round, I lost the first round to Magacat. I think I just made it's because I mainly because I made a stupid misplay against Magacat in the first qualifier. It was against Guildsworn Blood Luster, the one that battles at the end of the turn, and he had breakthrough,
Yeah.
and I got Harpy.
Oh,
So I put Harpy down in the same lane as that creature, and it had breakthrough, and it fought Harpy at the end of the turn and killed it. When
for lethal
I
or more
probably
beyond
yeah
or whatever.
yeah for lethal, I probably could have survived if I hadn't have fucking did that. But it's neither here nor there. It was a simple misplay that happened, and that's like it's something that I learned. And he also got lucky and had the javelin to kill my creature and when I had lethal, so it was like fuck, like just a couple of little things
Ah.
there. So basically my
Mm-hmm.
entire motivation for the entire like summer tournament last year was just to beat Magacat. I swear to God. So like after he beat me the first time, I was like I am getting my revenge. I was like I hope he comes to the second qualifier. He didn't come to the second qualifier because he didn't have to,
Of
right? So
course,
I was
right.
like, oh, now I have to make it to the finals so I can fucking play against Magacat again. And when I played against him, like, I fucking love Magacat. He's a nice guy. And I chat with him in the game, like, fairly often, whenever he comes and
Longtime
spectates.
veteran player.
Whenever he comes and spectates my games or like, sees me in an event or something like that, he'll come and we'll chat.
Yeah.
And, yeah, no, I was so fixated on getting back at Megacat that like when I faced him in the fucking final round, I beat him 3-0, which was like wild to me because like he was like the one to beat in the tournament, like as far as I was concerned, right? And he was the one
Yeah,
that
I mean,
everybody was
I
most
think I
worried about
can
playing against. I think because
I think I
he's
can
good.
relate because I've beaten Endo before on ladder, but now I've got to get to the level where I can take him out in a tournament instead of just taking like one game or whatever.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's also the thing is like too like don't I don't know. I would urge you to like not get too like consumed by the whole like losing to Endo thing. It's like even him and Ross are great players, right? But like one of them has to win, and
Yep,
there's a
someone's
multitude
got
of
to lose.
reasons as to why either one of them could lose. So I think the best way, like the good takeaway from this is just like, you know, you want to improve, sure, but like, sometimes the cards just aren't in your favor, and that's just all you can really fucking do about it. It's not necessarily
Well,
a grinding or a skill issue, sometimes. I'm not saying that it wasn't. Like, I'm not saying that I
yeah,
wasn't like a, better player or whatever. But, like, I don't think you're a bad player by any means, and I don't think that like you've been slacking off. You know what I mean? So like I think that like maybe the cards just didn't fucking work out for you that time, and
yeah, it is that way
shit
sometimes.
shit happens. Like it is what it is.
I I found it really interesting, and I was talking to him about this after our matches that he pretty much went all aggro, which I had been laboring under what quite possibly could have been a false assumption that like aggro was not quite as strong for tournaments for whatever reason as like
I wouldn't
mid-range.
I wouldn't say that it's not as strong, but mid range is your best bet for like in general playing against whatever. You know what I mean? You can play
What
against
people tend to bring to tournaments, like kind of
yeah.
mid
Well, the
troll
reason you want to
control-ish
bring mid range is
powerful
because if
decks.
you're going up against somebody that brings control, you can beat them. You still have a fairly good chance against them, and if you're going up against somebody that's playing aggro, you still have a fairly good chance against them. And
Right, it's flexible.
the
It's got decent matchups all around.
mid
Yeah.
range versus mid range matchup is just a matchup that you play pretty much every day on the ladder anyway. So you know.
Um, did you have any like impressions or takeaways from like other decks that you saw, even if maybe you didn't play against, as far as just kind of what tournament caliber players, for the most part, that were in the tournament, kind of think is meta right now? You know, and what informed the decks that they made or brought, for kind of a big deal tournament like you were mentioning is kind of the biggest deal competitively in the game at this point in time. Was there anything surprising, I guess, or like you pretty much saw what like you expected to see, or anything that stood out, like deck list wise?
Yeah, I don't think there was anything that particularly surprised me, to be honest. Although I did notice that when I went back and I don't know, I mainly like only looked at the deck of my opponent at the time, and that's
Okay.
not it's not because of anything, and that I wasn't worried about anybody else. It's just like I had to. I figured I would
Well, yeah, I mean that's where your
rather,
focus needs to be because you're
yeah, I figured
preparing
I would
to
just rather
go against
focus
those
on
decks in
the
particular.
person that I had to beat, right? Like right off the bat. And what I noticed about his decks is that you know everyone was bringing tricolor for the most part
I did see a lot of
is what
tricolor,
I
yeah.
noticed. Is like, and I don't know. I don't necessarily know why. I don't know if tricolor is better per se. I think that dual color
We could do a whole
is
episode on that.
yeah. I think that dual color is more like consistent in general, and I think that it's like just
Yes.
as good. Like it's not better than tricolor by any means. It's just more consistent and it's reliable. I would say because like even in
But it's also
Dagoth,
missing certain things that like that third color can provide too, though.
yeah, but okay, so this is a great example. Is like in Dagoth, right? You have the drain that is not offered to you in Battle
In
Mage,
Battlemage. Yep.
and same thing with Guildsworn. You have the drain and stuff that's not offered to you in Battle Mage, and also not even just like the drain, but like the prophecies that it adds, like with Guildsworn especially. They're a big deal and they're a game changer, right? But like Battle Mage being so efficient and precise in what it does will oftentimes beat the Guildsworn deck anyway. You know what I mean? If
Yep.
it's like a head-to-head match, and it's something.
Yes.
This is actually very funny. I've talked to Broda about this. Um, there's like an unspoken
Tyler.
TESL. There's yeah, there's like an unspoken TESL rule that like if you're playing a two-color deck against a three-color deck, and that three-color deck has, or
The
if you
same two colors you're playing.
yeah, the same two colors you're playing, you have like this unspoken advantage against that three color deck almost inherently. So like Scout versus Telvanni, Scout has the advantage. Battle Mage versus Guildsworn, Battle Mage has the advantage. Battle Mage versus Dagoth, Battle Mage has the advantage. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And it's like, and it's not necessarily like a 100% thing, but like it's just, it's that it's fucking, it seems to be the way it is because it's due to the
GG, by the way.
deck efficiency, really, at the end of the day, I think is what it really kind of amounts to.
Yeah, and I love that Mr. Night Darkwolf is chatting in the chat here, as he
I,
pointed out, kind of agreeing with what you're saying. Dual color is more consistent, tricolor is more versatile and rounded out.
yes, and I definitely would agree with that. It's kind of like the whole idea of running two cards as opposed to three cards, like three copies of every card in your deck. You run more two
Hmm.
ofs and you can run more cards in your deck,
Right.
but you lose the consistency of the deck as a
Yeah, the
whole.
higher chance of drawing the more powerful cards or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So
yeah,
like,
like what you're on right now, mid battle mage, like the whole point of that deck is you want to like have the highest chance of drawing the most powerful cards, like a belligerent giant, a Elfate
You
Conjurer,
want your
an
answers. You
Ancano.
you want to have the cards that you know are going to be able to answer the problem that you have in front of you, and basically this deck does that by having big guards and fucking creatures that either remove the problem
And
from the
big
board.
chunky wardy boys like Storm Aeternax and stuff
Yeah,
that are hard for
but
decks
not
like
only
Telvanni to
but
deal
not
with
only
without
that,
hard
like
control.
the big thing about Mid Battlemage is that if it curves out, like if you curve out Mid Battlemage
Yeah,
and you hit everything on
curve
curve,
stomp.
the deck is
Yep.
almost impossible to beat because everything that is coming out on curve is fucking S plus tier creature for that fucking like
For that magic
spot
cost, yeah, that
on the
mana
curve.
cost.
Exactly. Even Breton Conjurer on 5 with the fucking with the rapid shot is a fucking ridiculously good play, right?
Yeah, nothing that your opponent is going to play is going to be
That's
better,
why
and it may not
that's
even be
why
as
I
good.
that's why I advocate so hard for fucking Forked Bolt. And it's funny to see the pushback that I
To
got
make that play
initially.
on turn 4 instead of turn
Or
5, yeah.
3 with the fucking ring,
With
man.
ring,
It's
yeah. With ring.
ridiculous. Like imagine you get a fucking 5/5 guard out with ring on with a fucking 5/5 guard with the potential of warding up and making another one the next turn. Like fucking just it the
Insanity.
yeah, the tempo is crazy. And like that's
It
why
makes
it's
people
like
concede sometimes,
it
honestly.
no, I did it once and I had two forked bolts and a lesser ward in my hand and I was like, I'll just start with this. I was like, I don't care what I draw into. The first thing I drew into was a Breton Conjurer and I was like, he is gonna concede. He's gonna concede on turn 3. Watch it happen. And I fucking played it and then boom, boom, boom. And sure enough, he was like, I'm fucking out of here. See you later, bye.
Curtains.
Yeah, curtains. And he was like, I'm gone later. And yeah, he fucking
You
conceded. I was
can't
like,
blame them. I
I
mean,
don't blame you, man. Like, I'd be on to the next game too, man. Like, that's just ridiculous. Like, you two fucking Frost Atronachs on turn 3, dude. Like, that's fucking wild. Unless you're playing like one drop Archer or something like that. Like, there's nothing you can fucking do against that.
or like a pure prophecy deck. But even then, like, you can control the board
I was
even if
gonna
they
say
hit
I would just
some
sit there
prophecies.
on those Atronachs. If I knew
Right.
he was prophecies, I could just sit there on those Atronachs and set up and
Yeah,
actually
he,
draw
he
my
won't be
shit.
able to touch you. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
he's just
Then
gonna
you'll
fucking.
eventually get like a lava atro down, and he won't
Uh-huh.
be able to do anything about it. Like,
Yeah, it's like, what are you gonna do? Silence it? It's like, okay, that's not really a big deal, you know. As far
yeah, I
as I
mean, you'll
know,
be able to build
the
a board that can OTK no matter if he hits all 5 profs or not. Like,
yeah, one drop Archer player. What was that you were saying? Who plays one drop Archer? Dude, the one drop Archer player is fucking Brian. Shake it baby.
yeah,
.npo. My boy.
Do your worst.
bake it shabby, if you will.
Yeah, he fucking plays so much one drop Archer. It's the only deck he plays on the ladder because he's like, I'm so fucking sick and tired of the ladder and all the toxicity on the ladder, so I'm just gonna play this one drop Archer and kill everybody on turn 4.
I identify with that sentiment so much. That's the same kind of feeling that led me down the burn battle mage path. Like,
Just not wanting to fight against like the toxic shit.
yeah, Endozoa definitely does have a similar archer deck with all very low cost. Um, he brought a bunch of decks that had a bunch of one drops to the tournament, which
He
reminded me of Fuldir's Empire that he made for the Master Series and did really well with, which was had a bunch of one drops as well. Um, but yeah, one
uh
drop archer is like if you're not if you're not on the right kind of deck to like handle that and like react to it, it's just you may as well save
it's
yourself some time and hit the old concede button there. Like,
it's fucking bananas. Like, okay, Withered Hand Cultist with Brotherhood Suspect is a silly synergy, honestly. Like
yep.
the suspect is a 2/4 for 1 mana, which is fucking retarded. All right,
And
like
the cost of giving them, a
a
zero cost
contract,
gain one, yeah,
right?
gets
So it's
negated
like,
if they
okay,
do have,
they get the
yeah.
contract, no big deal, right? They get the contract, no big deal, because your fucking Withered Hand Cultist is going to make it cost 2, so basically becomes
It's a
pointless.
similar thing to running trader in goblins. It, like, kind of negates the drawback, right?
Yeah, exactly. But like it negates it in a way that it's just like so beautifully like inconvenient that it's awesome. It takes up a spot in their hand.
Yeah, it's
So
like
when
it's
you're
a fu to
so when you're
like,
smorking them, like
greedier decks.
they can't even get rid of it because when you're smorking them, like what are they gonna do? They can't play it, right? They have to discard it. So they have to be running green to discard it with like Gambler or like Thief or something. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
if they're
you could have blue with the discerning thief, like you
yeah
I think we're just saying.
yeah, but like if you're not doing that, then like you're fucked, and you can't because you can't play it if you're playing it for a net loss at the end of the day. You're playing it to lose 1 mana, which is just nobody's gonna do that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, and your
nobody's gonna
hand
do that.
against that deck, your hand's already going to be full of cards from rune loss anyways. Like,
Yes, exactly. That's my point. So it's like you're just it's a fuck off combo to have to deal with. Really, at the end of the
and
day.
again, going back to the difference between dual color and tricolor, like it's a higher likelihood that you're gonna draw Withered Hand Cultist in a 50 card
Oh,
archer than in,
oh yes,
in a tricolor.
100%, dude. Like 100%. Like that just goes back to like what we were talking about earlier for sure about like the
I don't know if you want to make a
consistency.
note or something, but if you have like a version or maybe even Mr. Dark Wolf and wants to like eventually put a code for it or whatever embedded in this YouTube video that will eventually get rendered, that
A
could be, since we
one
talked
drop
about it
one
this
drop
much, yeah,
archer.
Archer.
I can probably find it on Discord because Brian has his posted somewhere. Or
I
if
definitely don't think that deck is as out there as a lot of other ones we talk about, so maybe some people, if they watch this, will be like, oh, I've never,
never
seen
even
that.
heard of a one drop archer before.
Right?
Like what
But
is
it's a
that?
thing. I mean, people who, if you know, it's one of those, if you know things, like, it's a
Yeah,
real thing.
if you know, you're like fuck, I hate that deck. Yeah, you're like I don't want to
I mean,
fucking play
yeah,
against that deck ever again. Like
the first time Brian beat me with that, like, and he just
you were probably
pooped
pretty
on me when
flabber.
I was,
You were probably pretty
yeah, like,
flabbergasted.
I think I was on one of my, kind of aggro decks and not expecting to get absolutely boat raced like that. And I even told he typed something like, "I feel
Boat
bad doing this to
raced,
you."
boat raced. That's fucking. I've
Yeah, man, boat raced.
never heard of that before. But that. I don't know. It just makes
Now
me
you
laugh.
have. You're welcome.
Yeah, boat raced.
Um, what, they have boat races in Canada?
They do, but like usually they involve a toboggan as well. So
Yeah, he typed something after the game like, "I felt bad doing that to you" or something. I was like, "Are you kidding me? I love aggro. Like, I'd rather have a friend beat me with aggro than like someone I don't like beat me with Telvanni control or something. Like,
well, yeah, but that's like two
I
things that you
can't
like
even be
against two
mad."
things that you don't like. Like, you know what I mean? Of course, you'd rather the two things that you like, but it's like
Right, so
I don't
basically
know.
I was saying that just to tell him like, you don't need to like feel bad about it. Like, if I'm gonna lose, make me lose this way. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
if you're
all
gonna
for,
stomp me, then stomp me.
aggro.
If you're gonna stomp me, then stomp me good, daddy.
Yeah, like so much so that like I'm just flabbergasted, to use the word you said, and like it's that whole
Yeah.
Anchorman thing. Like, I'm not even mad, I'm
I'm
just
not even
impressed.
mad. I'm
Like,
just impressed. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
oh man,
Fuck, that's so
thanks for
funny.
that, dropping that code, Mr. Dark Wolf.
Yeah, I'll check this out. Okay, let's see. Do we have lethal? So what? One is baseline, and then everything after that is free damage, right? So one, and then we have four. So four,
This
three.
moment
That's
on stream
seven.
brought
That's
to you by
eight.
mathematics.
So we only have a possibility of doing 9 extra damage, but that'll set us up for Oncano next turn. Yeah,
Big time.
yeah. I
And
think
you'll
we have
remove
to.
one of their creatures.
I think we have to do it. I think. Well, yeah. I think we have to do it. Hmm. Or I just kill this fucking stupid thing. Kill this stupid bitch. Alfiq. I think this is the safest play actually.
I'll kind of try to repeat a little of what I was saying at the beginning when my voice may have been quieter, but just in talking about this tournament that happened, I'd like to put it out there for anyone who ends up watching this, like, or who's watching the stream. If you uh, enjoy the game and want to improve at it, one of the best ways I can recommend to do so is to um, kind of try out playing in the tournament scene. You know, it can be
They're
intimidating.
not as
Like,
they're not as frequent as we would like them to be, but that's just because there's only like 3 of us that actually host them. So bear with us as well. Like that's all I can really
yeah,
say.
but it is well worth the investment of time and energy to try to figure out how to like join them and to like join the different places that they're posted about, whether it's Reddit, um, Discord.
It is
I don't know,
usually on
there's a
Reddit that you'll
Facebook group.
see. Yeah, it is usually on Reddit that you'll see the tournaments though. Like if I'm gonna be like 100% with you guys, like
Well, I found out about the summer one from City Toker also. So just adding people in game and chatting with them instead of being like a antisocial introvert, which there's nothing wrong with being an introvert, but like that's one way to find out about things too. Just, chatting with people, spectating their games, vice versa, doing friendly matches against them, just friendly interactions among online friends. But yeah, I mean, there is few ways better to really improve at this game than to go up against some of the best players still playing in a like elimination setting where you have to play at your best each match or else you're just knocked out of the tournament. The stakes are super high. On ladder, not so much. You can always just play another match and get your spot back that you dropped, however many ranks or whatever.
in
I'm
ladder,
not saying
it's
ladder's
the
not
ladder is not like it's such a non-challenge that like I play whatever the fuck I want on the ladder at any given time, and if I really want to win, I just play this deck and usually climb like fucking
right. The challenge is
to
pretty
the
much
top
limited to
50.
like
Like you know, what I mean, it's
getting
not.
into the top like kind of 10 and staying there, and or if you're really good trying to keep number one or
Yeah,
get and keep number one or whatever. But like
yeah, exactly. Like
um
that's kind of the
it's not to knock
challenge.
that, but like it's just a different kind of like vibe. Like the stakes are so high, like
Your palms
um
get sweaty, your knees get weak, your
but
arms get
it's
heavy. Like shit is real in the tournament. Like if you,
Slim Shady.
especially if you know the fucking people that you're going to be playing against, you're like, okay, this is fucking going to get wild. Like the lineup this year
Right,
was so
like
good, man. The lineup, okay, seriously,
it
the lineup
really
this year
was.
was
There's some
so good.
absolute baddies in this tournament. You have people like Ross Pierre, Dole, Endozoa, Mag Gacket, super long time player, Yum Yum. I mean, and then even people like myself and yourself, like long time players, lots of experience and stuff.
Yeah, I
Um,
was really looking forward to this. Honestly, like I'm glad I competed and like did the thing anyway. But I am definitely not, and I'm not happy with my outcome. But that's neither here nor there. You know, it is
right,
what it
but that
is.
drives you, like I was saying, to improve, like in a way that if you never did participate and get spanked or whatever, like, or even not, just lose close matches if you didn't get spanked or whatever, that, for me at least, has motivated me in a way that nothing else really was leading up to that tournament. Like, I hadn't been on in quite some time. Um, there's reasons for that. Like, I got busier at work, and also Destiny 2 dropped like an enormous expansion to like cap off 10 years of Destiny 1 and 2 like in the final shape. Shout out to anyone who plays Destiny and watches these, but um so that's pulled some of my time away and interest in gaming, but like man, preparing for this tournament and like seeing all the decks and like all the people that joined and ended up playing and like playing against one of the best Legends players ever to play and like winning a game, but then, overall losing still. But like that has me fired up for this game in a way that I haven't been in like months and months. So shout out again to Night Darkwolf for organizing it and for all the people who joined and participated and kind of rekindled that competitive fire under my butt. Um, I don't know if it was like that for you or not, but
No, it wasn't necessarily like the same way as that you're describing it. It just made me realize like I think that okay that I had an experience like this last year before I came into the summer tournament. Um, or maybe it was after the summer tournament. Actually, it was last year, like maybe just before the new year, where I wasn't really, I don't know, I just didn't take it as seriously as I should have, and I was like I brought like Singleton, I was gonna bring like Mono Blue, like I don't know, I was gonna fuck
yeah, if
around and
you
be an idiot.
underprepare, you're gonna find out like
It's not that I was under
real quick.
preparing. I just, I wasn't taking it as seriously as I
Memeing,
should have,
yeah,
and I ended up losing in the first round. It's like, and
yeah. If
it's
you
like,
want to win, you have to
yeah, and
take
it's
it
like you can't be fucking,
ultra serious.
you can't be surprised when you fucking, fuck around and then you find out in the first
Yep,
round that you
as the
fucking,
saying goes.
yeah, you fuck around, find out, and yeah, I was being stupid, and I wasn't fucking taking anything seriously, and that's what, and it ultimately ended up making me lose in the game, like in the tournament, and that's not something that you can be doing if you want to perform well and you actually want to do well and win, then you can't be fucking around and bringing memes and shit. Like it's not the ladder, like you were saying earlier.
Want to
So
go another way it can make you better too is just seeing how a lot of other good players' minds work when it comes to build crafting and deck building in ways that yours might not. That can broaden your horizons and like give you new ideas or like kind of pathological ways of thinking, like thinking outside your own little box that you're kind of stuck in, I guess. And that's one cool thing about the open deck list. Like normal tournaments, you'd see the decks that your opponents, any of them that you go against, like have brought, but not necessarily maybe everyone's decks. But man, I spent some time going through all of the decks that all 16 people brought, and just kind of geeking out, and seeing what's different from what I would have done, or what's similar, and like what thinking probably went into like what types of decks to bring, and like or to ban or stuff like that based on the matchup. So I really enjoyed that, and can't help but think that would make people better players to see that and to kind of go through that process.
Yeah, I agree with you. Definitely. Like fucking at the end of the day, guys, the big takeaway from this is definitely join a tournament. For the most part, it's there's nothing bad can happen. You know, the worst thing that can happen is you'll lose in the first round, and it's whatever. But like the experience of going, even just going to a single match, is very, very
100%.
important. It for your, if not for your like growth and development as a fucking player, it's good for your character to lose in the game to people that you might not necessarily think that you
But
can lose
also
to.
to win one of your matches, even if you lose the whole, like win one of your games, I guess. Like imagine for Gray Swan Deer, like we were talking about earlier, like taking 2 games against someone on that level. Like yeah, sure, he didn't win the overall match, but he only lost 2-3. Like how big of a confidence builder can that be potentially for someone? Like
Well,
because a lot
I
of it's
actually had
mental. Like
yeah, I actually had to talk to him after like the fucking tournament. I basically messaged him on Discord and I was just like, "Hey man, I just wanted to let you know like I'm fucking you've come a
proud
long
of you.
yeah, really. Like you've come a long way. I'm fucking really proud of how you did, man. Like you kicked ass. I was like, good job, like fucking from the bottom of my heart, you kicked ass and I'm happy that
I don't
you
think he
did
even
well."
understood
And
until
he
a certain point, like
and
how
he
good his opponent,
and he
was for.
and and he was like he was like, "Thanks man, you helped so much." And I was like, "Well, we
What do
don't
you
really
mean?
we don't really talk a whole lot like in the game, right? Like every now and then he'll ask me a question or something like that and I'll answer it and what have you, but for the most part I'm not like there spectating all of his games and like coaching him all the
Sure.
time or anything like that. So like for him to be like, you were a huge help," I'm like, I mean, I know that I know that I help out people whenever I can. Like, and the thing for me too is like I'm not what I always said about my presence in Legends in general, and especially since having NPO like or starting NPO like as a team has been like, I'm not the best in the world, but I'm the best at making people better is what I like to think anyway. And it's I guess that kind of fucking shows that it does help. I am working, I am helping in some way, shape or form, which is nice, And the videos, like he said, like he's like, no man, I watched all your fucking videos and stuff, and I was like, okay, well that's even cooler because like I wasn't expecting to get I wasn't expecting necessarily to get like all the feedback that we have been getting for doing these, So it's nice to
Right,
have
yeah, who
that.
knows? Yeah, we don't know or assume how, people are going to watch, or whether it's going to be impactful in any way or helpful, or even
Yeah,
entertaining. Hopefully at least entertaining, because let's be honest, like we're some
yeah,
comedians up in here, but
yeah. Sometimes, yeah, we're pretty fucking funny people. But for the most part, it's like I feel like people have it on like in the background for like the first 20 minutes or so, and then they probably like switch to something else or whatever. And it is what it is, right?
it's
But like,
fantastic to have on. I listen to it in the background, like when I'm playing Legends, and one of the 2 people making it, like,
yeah, I do because to me it's important to do that because I need to know what kind of content we're putting out. I need to know if like sound issues mainly was my fucking
oh
issue for the
man,
first
those have
couple of
plagued
videos,
us.
and just kind of trying to figure out like where we can improve as creators of content. I guess like in general in the long run is what I'm trying to
We can
say.
show up to this guy's house and tell him to never play Necromancer's Amulet and Telvanni Control again.
To be fair, I actually built this really cool scout with Necromancer's Amulet, and it like kind of translated into Telvanni and Empire. But basically, the idea behind it is Leafwater Blessing and Necromancer's Amulet, and you buff Unicorn to a point where it gives everything that comes down charge, and
Charge.
then you play Doomcrag, and then just like I don't know,
Shenanigans ensue.
stupid one drops like Morag Tong, Aspire, and shit like that come back and like just clear a lane for fucking free. Basically, it's super funny. Um, and
Okay,
it
that's way different than like what this guy's running, I'm
yeah,
assuming.
oh yeah, it's definitely different. Like, but it's cool, it's cool. And the funny thing is about the deck is so it's got a while to set up. Like it needs well, in order for it to be fully set up, I need to have two field Thieves Guild fences because that'll make my Leaf Water Blessing free. But once
Well,
Leaf Water
if
Blessing
Telvanni is
is,
good at anything, it's giving you just as much time as you could ever want, while constantly gaining health and, drawing cards and stuff.
but it's pretty funny though because like the deck when you get two fucking Thieves Guild fences out and you have like a Leaf Water Blessing to like start actually like
Gross.
cycling through, all you have to do is like
Gross.
attack a creature or kill like get a creature to die, and then you get them
Yeah,
both
just
back, and
health,
then you
free health
play
here
them both for free, play
on
them
a
both for
silver
free
platter.
again, play them both for free again. So you're buffing +2/+2 every time like the creature dies. And I'm running it with fucking Gearwork spiders, so it's easy to kill a creature off, right? So you just kill off a bunch of
Oh
Gearwork
man,
spiders, so you get like this creature that's like buffed like to like 15/15 or something, and then you're like, yeah, like let's
gross.
fucking see what we can do now. Stupid shit like that. That's the reason I play TESL. I play TESL for funny
Do
combos and
we
stuff like that.
do we want to like segue into talking about Telvanni, or do we want to save that for like its own dedicated episode or whatever?
I mean, it's a big topic. For the most part, there's like three cardinal rules, I guess, when you're fucking playing against Telvanni. It's like you want to go fast, you want to go like efficiently fast though. You want to disrupt their shit as much as you can. So like belligerent giant on this guy's necromancer's amulet is probably a bigger
Yes,
deal
get
than I
rid of that.
care to admit. I like to save it for altar usually, so he's probably going to play altar after I played that. But honestly, with the
Well,
amount with
having
the
both is really bad for you, so
yes,
you want to
yeah.
at least get rid of one.
So like basically, you need to have something in your deck that can kill supports if you're playing against Telvanni. That's like the biggest thing I think because most Telvannis are running altar in general. Garnag is another huge plus if you can
Oh
run him.
man, auto win almost like.
If you're running red, then you pretty much need to have Garnag in your deck if
Yeah,
you're
because one of the
playing against
things
Telvanni.
Telvanni does control, I should say, does is ramp in
It
addition to
ramps
all the
so
other
much.
fun, illegal, cancerous, toxic things that it
Like
likes to do.
against some people's Telvanni, like if I was playing against Pro Bear or like Gumshoe, like and they're playing Telvanni control, like they ramp like 2 or 3 mana almost every turn for like the first like 4 or 5 turns. It's like crazy. So like
Crazy.
on turn like fucking 7, they have like you know 15 Magicka, and you're like, what the fuck? Like he can play whatever he wants, And when the turn timer is up, like when the turns are like hit 12, but he's sitting at like 24 mana and he's got enough fucking elixir to feed Africa for fuck's sake, you know what I mean? And there's nothing you can do about it. And
I
so
find
you
myself
need
saying to
to
myself, like, in my mind all the time when I'm playing against Telvanni Control, like, how is he still playing cards? How did you play another card, like, and you still have more cards in your hand than I do? Like,
oh, and you played this, you
and
sacrifice this off, and then you draw 3 cards. Like, okay, fuck off. Like, what the hell is going on? You know what I
yeah,
mean?
I say some
Like
funny stuff out
when they
loud when that
sacrifice like
happens. Like,
Cat's Paw, they sacrifice Cat's Paw and play like a Thieves Guild recruit, and they just like they're like draw 3. It's like, what is this, Pot of Greed? Am I watching Yu-Gi-Oh right now? Like, for fuck's sakes, man.
not only that, but they sacrificed it with a zero cost Cruel Fire Bloom to remove like your best creature or whatever. Like,
Oh yeah,
obviously.
yeah, because that's just the tempo play that
Then
they do all the time.
to top it all off, the icing on the cake, they'll play like when you already broke all their runes and had them at like 4 health or something, they'll have gained a bunch of health from Amulet that turn, and then to top it all off, the one creature you have left that survives still gets hit with a 1 cost Death Scythe for like 8 more health, just because, like to assert dominance. I think one of the things
Yeah,
that's
and it'll always
frustrating.
gain them like fucking 24 health. It's
Yep.
fucking
Or they'll
ridiculous.
play two, like on the same turn. I think I was thinking about this earlier today when I was driving home, not knowing whether we were going to talk about Telvanni or not, but like there's so many cards in the archetype that it doesn't even need in order to like win, but are so good on top of already being good enough to win. It's insane. Like I was thinking about Sun and Shadow, like the ability to just like search your deck for any action you could
Tutor an action from
possibly.
your deck. Yeah.
Right, like for
So
and
you can pair
shackling a
you can
guard that you
pair
don't
that.
need to be
Listen,
attacking.
pair that with something like fucking. So you're talking Sun and Shadow. Pair that with a card like Wake the Dead, right? So you're not only taking a creature, a fucking an action from your, yeah, an action from your deck. You're also taking an action which will then grab a creature. Then that Wake the Dead can grab a headless zombie, and then
Which can
headless
then
zombie can grab that fucking Wake
consume
the
a card,
Dead.
bring it back from the
Can
graveyard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it can use that Wake the Dead again, for instance, and you can kind of go on a cycle from
absolutely.
that. Just stupid shit like that. That's wild. That you can do in Telvanni. That Okay, it's not that you can only do it in Telvanni, but like you can do it in
It's
Telvanni
the
to
best at doing it.
it's such an efficient like
Yep.
it's just ridiculous. Telvanni is a very good class, but I feel
It's
that
the apex predator of like control decks for a reason. It has been like for a long time. There's a reason you see so much of it on ladder. Like, um,
everybody always says that, but I actually think that Ebenheart Rage is probably the apex predator of control decks, in my opinion. I think that it's the hardest fucking control
really,
deck. Yeah, it's well, okay. Here's a for instance for you. A lot of people don't know this, and I'm kind of this is a good PSA for everybody. By the way, if you are running into a lot of Guildsworn on the ladder and you're having a pain with Guildsworn, like and you fucking hate Guildsworn, I'm always running into it, blah blah blah, what you do is you fucking make a nice Ebenheart Rage deck and queue up on the ladder with it. Any Guildsworn you fight, all you have to do is you outgreed Guildsworn, you beat them pretty much like 9 times out of 10. And it's very easy to outgreed Guildsworn because Guildsworn's on a very greedy deck.
right. Um, so that's one matchup that like Ebonheart has a better matchup
It beats the
in, but
fucking piss out of Telvanni. It's like literally tailor made to beat Conscription Telvanni too, by the way,
right.
because of
But
Rage.
outside of those two, I would say overall, like, and maybe it's because I'm an aggro player, but like I think Telvanni is less susceptible to like you know fast decks because it's already healing with something like Amulet every time it sacrifices a creature, which then draws it more cards, which then gives them more tools to remove your creatures. But cards like Death Scythe are on top of that like engine of unlimited health the whole game basically. Like, and then they have cards like Blackhand Messenger that can remove one of your cards and drain, and then it drains again when they sack it. And I don't know, like
I know what you're saying. It's a bitch.
like
It's a hard deck to take out when you're playing aggro, and it is true.
and like
It has a lot of
if you've
staying
been
power.
playing this game for long enough, you've had multiple games where you've broken all their runes, gotten them down to like anywhere from 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1 health, and they just come back from the edge of the precipice of defeat. And you don't understand how, but you just know that it happened, and
it's the
like
kind of deck that
it's
makes you want to.
frustrating.
It's the kind of deck that makes you want to tech in one copy of Ultimate Heist.
Absolutely, because yeah, they don't get the runes back unless it's singleton, I guess, and they're running, that
Mm.
card. But like usually it's the regular control version, which props to you for beating just now with a deck that is pretty good against it, mid
I was gonna
Battlemage,
say, to be fair, Mid Battlemage has the advantage almost all day, like all day and like twice on Sundays against Telvanni.
which is a great reason to be running mid Battlemage these days with so much Telvanni pervading the ladder.
Yeah, it's just kind of
But yeah, I
around.
agree with Knight Darkwolf, who in the chat said that Telvanni beats most of the ladder. It's just there's so many ways to build it too, even though most people gravitate towards like the obvious way. Um, one of the things about it is that there's almost unlimited like potential and ability to outlast and outgreed and like out late game power anything else when you have stuff like
Well, so
reanimate
the
with
reason why Telvanni is
Alduin
such a
and with
pain in the ass, it has the green draw, it has the green draw and like the curse slash like lethals from green, paired with the ability to basically just reanimate and put anything from your graveyard into your hand from headless zombie
like
and other shit like that,
Parthenax.
like soul tear and stuff. So like
You can get into an infinite Parth loop with Telvanni, and
yeah,
that
but
like
let's just put it this way: it doesn't necessarily need to even be Parthloop that you're talking about. Like, let's say it's Gentleman fucking Jim, for instance. You know what I mean? Gentleman Jim is a
sure.
huge pain in the ass in any Telvanni deck because almost all of them run experiments. So if
Also Gray Fox, also the 10 cost purple who steals from your graveyard. They have ways of like taking away other
Manny Marco, Manny
yeah, they can
Marco.
take away other control decks win conditions with a lot of different cards that it has available to it.
Yeah,
Um,
but it's not even like
it
that.
can
It's
win the
not like
battle
that.
of attrition too with conscription and then journey to Sovngarde. I mean, it goes
It's
on
not
and
that.
on and on the ways that it
It's
has
not
to
that like
just never.
obnoxious yellow fucking type steal where they steal it on the board. Like they'll fucking they're greasy about it and they'll steal it from your hand, or they'll steal it from your graveyard and they're like, yeah, fuck you. Like I just did
They
this, and
can
you're like,
also banish cards out of your deck and graveyard that
yeah.
could be a way to beat them or whatever with like Piercing Twilight or the,
Which, by the way, I just would like to kind of side note this for just a second here. Um, I don't really see a whole lot of people running Piercing Twilight, and I don't really run it a whole lot myself, oftentimes. But whenever I do run Piercing Twilight, I swear to fucking God, that is the one card I've. Every time I tech it into my deck, I find a use for it every single game. No fucking
really good
doubt.
card, yeah.
Every game I play and I have Piercing Twilight in my hand, I find a use for that card and I play it to full potential every time. It's the one card that you could put in probably any deck. Like I'm serious, any fucking deck you want, and it will always give you value. So like Piercing Twilight is a great fucking card to tech into any fucking deck really at the
Yeah,
end of the
because
day. Obviously,
theoretically,
you don't necessarily want to put it into aggro, but if you fucking don't like to play against Ice Storm, for instance, and they play Ice Storm and you Piercing Twilight their Ice Storm, then they can't play another Ice Storm on you guys. Like that's all
yep.
I'm saying. So like,
Well, yeah, because
yeah,
you're theoretically your opponent is going to be having some sort of synergy, and that synergy is predicated on like certain cards. And if you take those certain cards away, it kind of breaks the chain
well,
link
that
of like
whole
synergy.
Telvanni cat's paw shit that you were talking about earlier, like how they keep on drawing cards, it's usually has something to do with cat's paw. So if you get rid of cat's paw, then they can't fucking continuously do that stupid fucking loop.
Right, or like,
A
let's
favorite
say
of mine to get
blue.
rid of, a favorite of mine to get rid of with Piercing Twilight is Balmora Spymaster because fuck that card to hell
Absolutely.
and back.
And
I
back
hate
again.
that card so fucking much. But just to, and you know what? It's funny. It actually made me. It was very endearing and it warmed my heart to hear that Endo fucking hated that card too. When he fucking said, "I hate Balmora Spymaster so much," and in the chat,
How can you not hate it?
I
Yeah.
was like, "Ah, oh, my guy." I was like, I knew there was a reason I liked you other than the fact that you're a cool fella. You know, fucking, we share a lot of the same ideals in the game. It's just, I think where we kind
Well,
of divert is that he's more about the efficiency and the like reliability of his decks and cards and like effectiveness, and I'm just like, hold my beer. I want to
memes.
do this. I want to do this wicked combo. Which is
Well,
funny. He said that
and
you're more of
so
a Johnny, I guess is what he said. That's actually what he called me. He's like, yeah, you're definitely a Johnny,
nice.
and I was like, I don't know what a Johnny is, but like, I'll take it. And apparently, it's like a term for like somebody that likes to do the convoluted combo shit in like Magic. I guess is where it's from, which is
Oh,
funny
okay.
because like I've never heard that term before. But you know, learn something new every day, I guess.
One more little side note on Piercing Twilight is like normally Telvanni is not gonna do as great against like a mid Battlemage type deck or a blue mid range, but that card is so good against like let's say Elfique Conjurer because
To be
I've
fair,
had it
I
many
just want
times against me
real quick, the whole
where yeah, go ahead.
reason the whole reason Battle Mage does better than the other mid blue decks because you can run mid blue against Telvanni, you'll do fairly well, but Telvanni will usually be able to overcome the adversity of a mid blue deck because mid blue doesn't have the silence, it doesn't have any support removal, it doesn't have the disruption that red offers. So if we're talking like mid blue specifically, sorcerer has all of those things and battle mage has all of those things. Mage not so much, assassin not so much. Um, so just to kind of
Well,
put that out
I
there and
guess I was
see
thinking of like
the disruption that you get from purple and red are big, and that's the reason.
right.
Those are the decks that Telvanni is checking under their bed for, you know, not Mage.
Right. Well,
Telvanni doesn't
I
give a fuck
mean,
about Mage.
part of part of some of those decks though is Elfique Conjurer and like a
Yes,
Storm Atro. Them not having
big,
hard removal for is
big
like a
warded,
problem. Like,
big warded bodies are a fucking hard to handle thing for Telvanni. Anything
but
that
like
has more than
let's
three
say
health.
you play your first copy of Elfique Conjurer and it doesn't get the Storm Atro, it gets um the Flame Atronac. So
Ice
they actually can
Storm.
deal with that with Ice Storm. Right. Then if they play Piercing Twilight, not only do they remove, the other ones that you would have drawn, or let's say they play it on, I don't know, an Atronac that like already died. That way the next time you play Conjurer, you're not going to get the Storm Atro because they banished, you know, the Atronac that was in your discard pile, so you can't consume it or whatever. I mean, it's a fantastic like counter to at least that card, if nothing else, like, which is a really good card among other great cards in that archetype against Telvanni. So like you said, it's a fantastic card, and you should consider playing it more often. I mean, I don't recommend playing the same Telvanni deck everyone else does, but like, why not put it in something else? Like, it's a fantastic card, as you said.
Yeah, like I use it in Battlemage or like Dagoth or whatever. It's definitely not a card that you expect to see in a Dagoth deck, but it does really well in Dagoth. Um,
And if you're against Telvanni and you've already seen them play like Parthenax, and you probably know they got a shout from Parthenax to bring it back the next turn, from, from their discard pile, then you can use Piercing Twilight to like beat them at their own game, like take away that infinite loop of just Dremulok or whatever he says that you don't want to keep hearing over and over again. Greetings. I actually have made several times before a kind of aggro, mid-grow Telvanni, which I think is kind of cool. It has its limitations, but
yeah, see,
it's pretty strong at what
I
it
th-
does
I
well.
think that there is definitely something to be said about a more aggressive, like leaning Telvanni, and I think that it's a great deck. Um, it definitely has its limitations, but for the
Right,
most
not
part,
that much draw per se, like
it doesn't have the draw that you normally would get from a regular Telvanni build, but it does have a lot of really cool techs that you can do, and Sun and Shadow
yes.
being able to pull like
Yep.
squish the Wimpy from your deck,
Lightning
or
bolt. Right.
Swift Strike is a big one.
Mm-hmm.
All of those cards, it also has the ability to abuse like Slay with cards like Torval Extortionist and stuff like that, which
Yeah, you
is
probably wouldn't see that in aggro, but maybe more like a mid-range or something.
well, I mean, I used to run it in like a move deck. It was like a move deck with it had fresh start to kind of combat the whole draw problem, and I would fresh start after I squish with extortionist, usually on a pretty big board. You know what I mean? Or like squish and then kill something with extortionist, gain like fucking 12
Right.
mana, and then just pop off and like play a bunch of
That
fucking
way you're not losing tempo by playing
yeah, exactly. I'm not just playing the card. You know what I mean?
fresh
I'm
start.
playing
Right.
yeah, playing it and draw cards and then pass in the turn, which is the only reason why I say Fresh Start isn't really a good card to have in aggro. But I see some people run it in aggro, and I think that's kind of strange. But like, I know why
They're
I
probably
know
running it in something that normally doesn't have much draw besides that, like I don't know, goblins or something.
I've seen people run it in like Move Assassin though. Like it's different. It's weird. The same guy that played two Fresh Starts against me in Move Assassin also played Endoral Archmage, which I thought was very strange. But he beat me, so I can't really complain. Like whatever,
He
whatever the
probably
deck
beat
was.
you
Like
by sheer unpredictability more than anything
It
else.
it was, but I mean, at the end of the day, he did win the game, so I can't really talk shit
Yep,
about it. But it's
that's all
funny.
that matters.
But it is funny to me because it's like, you know, you kind of wonder like how like what is going through the minds of these people sometimes, like when they're building their decks. Because like I know that I have some pretty fucked up ideas myself, like, and I make them work on the ladder, and it's like people will laugh at me for whatever, and it's like, no, man, this deck actually fucking works. Like, I'll actually show you guys an example of what I'm talking about, and like after this game, I'll queue up with this Empire deck that I've been working on for a little while. Um, it's basically a Unite deck uh, it's a neutral Empire deck that unites, and it's pretty consistent in what it's supposed to do. It normally it'll win by just sheer aggro and having a fucking full board, which is like its backup plan, quote unquote. But for the most part, like it's an effective deck. It's good at doing what it does. Everything gets discounted with Transitive Shrine and fucking Thieves Guild Fence, and things are just coming out for free, and you're just playing a bunch of creatures for fucking basically nothing. It runs a couple of copies of Uprising too, so you can just like abuse like you know dynamos and camels and whatever the fuck you have on the board. It's just a super fun card, and it also helps you. The uprising will also allow you to re-roll your painted trolls. But the deck is literally the best painted world deck I think like ever. Like it's very good at getting painted world out. It's very like good at getting it out for like free. You know what I mean? So you play Transitus Shrine, you play Transitus Shrine, and then Unexpected Arrival, which is an invade card that probably turns people off, but it's fine in this because it's literally what the deck is kind of built around. But
Yeah, you're
you
not really invading. Like,
yeah, you get the gate, which is a neutral. You get a blue or a red, which is one color, and then you get the other three colors from Transit a Shrine. And if you target the opposite lane of the gate with a rival, you fill the criteria for Transit a Shrine itself, and it makes Painted World always cost 1 mana, which is
real
fucking
quick,
ridiculous. Like two 4/4s on one on each side of the board, so you're splitting your damage, you're forking your damage, which is what you
right?
want for Transit a Shrine anyway, and it's only costing you 1 mana. Like if
Real
if I
quick,
if I what's up?
before you switch to that other deck, do you
Oh,
want to
check out that
watch
archer. Check out that archer. That's what I should do. Fucking I gotta copy that
that
stupid
too?
code.
But before I hop off at some point here, do you want to watch a couple of me
Yes.
playing a couple games real quick here or whatever, and
Yeah, I kind
then
of been doing the thing. Just not
no,
even
it's all
really.
good. We've just been caught up in talking and whatnot, but before you switch back to or both of those new decks, and then you can just keep streaming or whatever when I'm off.
So what are you gonna play?
Hopefully something to get me to rank 1 and then to legend at some point eventually. I've been slacking on ladder this month. What would be interesting to play? Um, I will play. I could be like you and play some mid BM. I think I will play some Tribunal that I had brought to the tournament. Endo actually banned that, so I never got to play it in the tournament. So maybe I'll
Yeah,
try some of
I
that.
would honestly, if I had to fight against anybody's tribunal, like usually ban it. Like Magaket, every time I played against him, banned his tribunal. Didn't even want to, wasn't even gonna give him the chance to fuck around with it.
Really?
Yep. Anytime I see tribunal and I fucking play against it in a
Well,
tournament,
I would.
banned it, ban it immediately.
Really?
Yeah, I banned it over
I didn't
Guildsworn.
know people felt like that. 'Cause yeah, I assume people would ban my Guildsworn, especially if they're like aggro heavy, like, 'cause it has more prophecies, like, and as much drain, if not more too.
Were
But
you around for the
maybe
time when?
I'm.
Were you around for the time when tribunal control was an absolute menace? Like, were you like play?
Yes,
Were you playing
absolutely, I
playing when
was.
that was a thing?
I, yes.
So
But
then
it's
you
not
should.
anymore, and like I have the mid, version, not really like a control version.
Yeah, well, mid is the mid version is probably better, honestly. Like, wait, you're telling me he could steal my creatures and hit me in the face? Like, I don't really like that. Yeah, look, beating this guy up with fucking stupid 2 drops.
I
Love.
love Ald the Assassin in just about anything, but do you think this card is like underplayed at all? Ald
Assa-
Velothi?
Assassin? Fuck no, I see that card everywhere, man.
Okay,
I
because if it
sometimes
is at
forget
all,
to I sometimes forget to put it in my decks,
right, yeah, it's so good.
which is a silly thing. Is
Like,
like it trades
obviously it's
into
weak against
everything.
like exactly. It's weak against curse, obviously, but I mean, if you're not against like goblins, then it's sitting pretty.
Yeah, see, this is nice for you. You're not really too worried about anything. Boop, just boop him on the nose, and then swing and kill his.
I mean, it's pretty helpful having ring so far, but
Well, something that we don't really talk about, or that we haven't really talked about at all, is the tempo that you get from playing a card like Cloud Rest Illusionist.
oh, I love that
While
card.
having control, if you have control, or if you have field lane priority, and
Yep, trade
you have
priority.
fucking Cloud Rest Illusionist or like Skinned Hound and shit, it's just such a demoralizing card. Like it'll
It
fucking
really
you
is.
can kill pretty much anything that's coming out on that turn for free because it doesn't hit you at all.
And you're still developing your board instead of
Yeah,
removing it with like an action. You're
yeah,
playing a
you're still
creature
you're still
with
playing
not
for
bad
three.
stats or
It's
anything.
just
Like,
ridiculous. It's bananas tempo swing.
but it's so much better when you actually are able to take field lane and have that trade priority, or I guess as a prophecy if you're behind. But like, you can't
It's
count on that.
it's better to have as a card in your hand. I think I would argue that it's definitely worth keeping in your hand over putting it back in your deck as a prophecy. It's a 3 cost, right? No, it's a 4
Well, it's
cost.
not like you really have a choice unless you're running Somerset Orrery, I guess. But like,
No, well, on the mulligan, like, you know what I
oh,
mean.
okay,
Normally,
okay,
people
okay,
throw their
okay.
prophecies back in their deck, but it's like Cloud Resolutionist is a prophecy that I would actually say that you can probably keep almost every time.
Yeah, it's one of those cards I don't even think of it as a prophecy because I'm not like I would play it even if it wasn't, and I use it, in a way that's not related to it being a prop, which I think is kind of what you were getting at, anyways. But this guy has hit 2 prophecies now. Looks like he's playing a move Archer, which normally I'm not doing so hot against, but he's kind of been slow off the draw and like obviously I had ring and like got off to a good start ramping or not ramping rallying several of my creatures to get extra stats is always like so hard to deal with.
Well, not only that, you had the yeah, you had the pseudo silence, I guess you can kind of call it in Cloud Rest. The Cloud Rest tempo swing is always very very big.
Yeah, that turn was almost insurmountable for him to like lose his lethal creature and for me not to lose a creature.
Like at
I
all.
mean, it's just that early, like it's a snowball effect.
Yeah. Which is like if you can beat Archer early, which is not something that is very easy to do because Archer is usually very quick. But if you can beat Archer early, then you maintain that fucking tempo, you're gonna win the game. Archer relies
Yeah,
on
and like
having that like
uh,
early game setup usually like almost every game, I would say.
well, and of the popular like no way, look who I matched.
Endo,
No,
Ross.
just come see.
Oh, ha, wicked.
uh, that's super funny. Um, what was I even talking? Oh yeah, of the like popular move decks, I would say Archer is typically more of like a mid-rangey slower than like the Assassin or Monk. Um, man, I don't like my starting hand here
Of course I'm on your side.
at all. Especially, oh, that's better.
Had to go let my fucking cat in.
But if
Cool.
he's on goblins, then this is a worthless play
Yeah, he's probably on goblins. Yeah, he's definitely on goblins.
for sure. Although you don't typically see young mammoth in that. He might be on
I think he
stealth
might actually
silence,
just be on fucking aggro fucking
scout.
scout too. You know,
It's a thing. I mean, it should be more of a thing than it is, but people just gravitate to the
aggro
ultra.
scout is legit.
Yep. I still want to make like a S tier
This is a
self silence
disgusting open
version.
he has on you, man. Like holy fuck.
I mean, yeah, he's already used all 3 ring charges. Like he happened to have suppress, so that
You
my
have
Elf
to.
Velothi did nothing.
You're gonna have to fucking literally clear this. If you can clear this, you'll win. But if you can't, and he'll beat you up. He'll beat you up pretty quick.
You don't say.
That's a lot of damage next turn, my boy.
I don't have all that many prophecies in this. I do have some. I'll probably need to grab. I'd like to hit one
How many do you have?
if I want to have a chance. What'd you say?
How many do you have? Like in the deck, like 8 or something? Like
No, I've
what's
got
the number?
like I think I've got like 11 or 12. But I had 2 lightning bolts in hand, so like that's 2 of them right there. I'm kind of tempted to play Gatekeeper because I don't think he'd be able to do anything to kill it, and that would mean only one of his creatures gets to attack. I could also just kill his trader and get another little guard or whatever, but I'm really tempted to play Gatekeeper here because he has 1 card in hand. The chances aren't great that it's like a silence or something. He's going to draw 1 more,
If I
obviously.
were
He's
you, I
already
would play
used
the
1.
gatekeeper.
Right, I think that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm also going to play Fortune Favor Me. It's just a good card to play in these types of situations. Of course, why not? Another suppress.
Well, you got your illusionist.
A little distraction.
That's something. Yeah, I've had a feeling I would need at least 1 prophecy to even remotely have a chance. Oh, that's a great, great card to draw here.
Yeah, but you can't use it yet.
I know, because I really need to deal with this gambler.
Yeah,
Although I think I lose either way. Well, I don't know. Hmm.
Heart cannon.
Yeah, and then I mean,
think you
there's no
kind of have.
difference in
I think
pillaging Tribune and Archcannon because I can
one gives you
only
a guard.
play a creature that does nothing. Like,
Yeah, one gives you a guard, and you know.
oh, you're right, you're right, you're right. I didn't even think about that. That is huge, and it's yeah, that's probably.
Yeah, if you basically kill, you have to trade with your Cloud Rest, and then you have to hit the 2/1. I think,
I guess I get a guard anyways if I
or no, you have to
kill
kill
the
the traitor.
traitor though.
I don't know. If you kill the traitor, then you basically just hope he doesn't draw into mute. I think, and
Well, he's gonna draw since I can't waste
it,
Magicka on the gambler. I
it
really want to kill the
sucks.
gambler.
Yeah. Well, you gotta fucking play, man. Do your thing.
I know, I know.
I slay the unworthy. The tribunal will always.
Oh, I would have put something in the lane to contest that gambler anyway, though. It is a 4/3 that you're gonna have to deal with at the end of the day. You sad jam over here.
I've got, I mean, actions, but
I guess so.
I made a mistake and was thinking that one guard would go into that lane, but I forgot about the Cloud Rest dying.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I know what you mean. I used to make that mistake all the time. What's
Well,
worse
and
is when you can't. What's
if
worse
I
is
had
when you.
left myself more time to make that decision than I did, I think I wouldn't have made that mistake. He did get another silence? Did I just see that right?
Yeah, but it wasn't
3
you.
suppresses so far.
You bet on the wrong side.
Racer? Fuck, man. You're lucky that's
All
not
right.
a racer. Tribune is like gonna save your ass here, maybe.
I mean, this is really the only the only option. Yeah, I hope he doesn't have a charge. If he top decked it, that's going to be rough.
Yeah, you top decked fucking racer. Like I don't actually might not even have racer in this.
This is self silence, which is I love this deck, and I want to make one that's really good. I think I have to javelin that because, well, no, I could drain for 6, but then I break a rune too. It gets shackled, but I mean, he could just silence it. He clearly has a lot of silence in this. He's probably holding on to a silence card right now. It'd be funny if he was still watching your stream and could see my hand. Not that it would make a difference, I don't think.
He's probably got a Shadow Fen in his hand right now. At least that's the card that I would assume that he has in his hand.
It could be mute. I mean, it could be any number of things. Oh, we found out what it was.
Yeah, that's
He got so close to beating me.
That's a spicy
If you're
deck.
still in the stream, Dark Wolf, GG. A heartfelt GG from myself. I think I'll leave it at that for me playing games, and you can try out one of those ones you were talking about, either the Archer or you had another one you wanted to show off.
That was
at least we got to see a couple
like,
shadow matches there too.
I'm back. He's like, that was close. And that was close. So I'm gonna, I just want to, I don't know, I want to show you this deck because it's cool, and I just don't think that you've ever seen anything like it. It's one of those kind of decks. One of those A-Rouse originals, I guess you could say. Fuck, I can't find it. I probably deleted it. And I might have to remake it. But that's okay, because it's not that hard to remake something like this.
And it feels good to be back making these again. I can't wait to watch this one when the YouTube video comes out.
It's definitely nice. It's nice that we've gotten the feedback that we got in order to like kind of, it's something I didn't feel like I wanted to make any more videos. It's just like I didn't feel like it was a pressing thing, right? But then when people are like, "Hey man, you should be making more content and stuff," and it's like, "Oh fuck, okay, yeah,
yes.
definitely, okay, like absolutely, sorry."
Well, I mean, it's we've talked about it before, but I mean, busy with work now, and
Oh, dude,
my
yeah,
work
work
has
is
gotten
wide open.
busier than it was, and like there's other things in life, obviously, but
It is
I
definitely just
definitely.
one of those things that life catches up with you.
Well, and it didn't help again that you were used to having the whole Twitch thing, and then it just for
Yeah,
no
the
good.
changing the client thing really does really fucking make a huge difference for me. Like it's not something that not something that I was expecting to have to deal with, but like it happens, and it's one of those things that you just kind of have to adapt to the situation at hand. So
Well, and it's like we
this will
had
be the one
just
drop
nailed
archer
down.
that Night Dark Wolf shared with me. It's basically based on an endo list. The cool thing about this deck here that I will mention that he's actually been playing a lot of cards. He's actually been playing this card in a lot of his decks this season that I've noticed, at least so far anyway.
Is it
Um,
the 1/3 guard that gives shackle on damage or whatever?
no, 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 no.
Because that's
So
in all his green lists too.
Wolf fucking has been playing fucking hit and run in his aggro decks.
Oh, him. I thought you were talking about Endo. Never mind.
No, no, Wolf's been playing hit and run in his deck lists, and I think that that's a very funny and cool choice because that's a card you literally never see on the ladder, and it's something that I've tried to kind of mess
Never.
around with, from time to time here and there. It's a very hard card to build around because just the entire draw five and then dump your entire hand thing, you have to have a very specific build or a very specific strategy in order to like maximize the value potential from all of those cards. So it's hard to build around that card in particular.
Similar card to Ashcan, except it's not a creature and you get more cards, but you dump your hand in both of those cases. Like
Well, in the case of Ashcon though, you dump your hand and then you draw three, and you can do with them whatever you want, like whatever you please.
instead of playing the cards
In
and
the case
dumping the
of hit
rest,
and
right?
run, you have to play
Yeah,
the card to
play them
draw
all.
five, and then you have to play those cards, or you dump the
Lose
basically you
them, yeah.
dump the remaining cards that you don't play into the
But in a
graveyard.
deck like this where they're all going to be like 1 or 2 Magicka, then it makes total sense.
Yeah, and actually, the thing I was thinking about is that it would be a really good tech for this deck if you were playing like multiple hit and runs, for instance, to play a card like Reflective Automaton with like the Ring of Lordship. That way, everything is like kind of free.
Oh, yeah.
So you're just
That's a good
throwing
call.
shit down for like basically free, and if you like hit and run
And
into like
another
another hit and
another
run,
green
you can just
card is
play
the
your entire
one.
deck.
You could also play that green card that like makes a certain type, cheaper, and then if you target
Rim Purveyor.
automaton, right,
Yeah,
that's another option there.
yeah, that would be a better that would be the better way, uh, the better, more consistent and reliable way to play hit and run in a deck like this. I think would be
Yeah, and
to
then
use
fence
Rim
is
and
also an
Purveyor.
option too.
Fence is also a fantastic option, and I actually really like Fence. To be honest with you, it's been really growing on me these past couple seasons. Just
Technically, a fence is outside of your house, not inside growing on you. Like it's around the border of your property normally.
normally, yes, but like, who fucking died and made you a landscaper? Don't you have
That's
fucking
actually
planes? Don't you have planes to work on? Like, isn't
my
isn't that a
last job
thing?
before Boeing, I worked at a landscape supply yard as a heavy equipment operator, like loading up trucks and stuff,
Oh
the
yeah, but you
front end
didn't fucking
loader.
build a single fence, did you?
No,
Didn't
but I
think so.
took offense, to many things
To
that
many
customers
jokes
would
and
say.
shit that yeah.
Not to
Maybe if
jokes,
you
but
weren't
just
playing
to
fucking Destiny
just
all
to
day.
just to entitled customers mostly. Not jokes, but you know, they're kind of like the customer is never wrong attitude or whatever, I guess.
Yeah, I've dealt with customer service before.
Well,
It's
yeah, because you worked
fucking
in like, the
nightmare.
food service industry, so you know all about that.
That I feel like
My
you see it
steak
more in
isn't
like
exactly
retail
the
though.
way I wanted.
Yeah, but that's a reasonable thing to be upset about because steak is usually costing you like fucking 40 plus dollars if you're going out to eat. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like I
maybe
can
that's not the
understand being
best
upset.
example.
I can understand being upset about a steak, but like retail is where you really see it. That's where you see like all the fucking like
Sure.
Karens and shit get real mad at like some fucking poor
Mm-hmm.
16-year-old girl behind the fucking counter that has nothing to fucking like she can't change the fucking
Right.
quality of whatever
Yeah,
product it is that you're buying or the price of it, and you're fucking getting mad at her like she runs the store. Like fucking so
not at
many
all.
people are so bad for that, man. And it's like, why?
Couldn't
Why do
agree
you have to
more.
be a piece of shit human being? You know, just it's like you just woke
Those
up and you're like,
people,
I'm gonna be a
though,
fucking
probably
asshole
play
today.
Workshop too, though, in their free time, like when they're not at the retail store.
If they play Legends and they also shop, then they definitely play Workshop.
uh,
It's one of those fucking.
that's
It's
a bit of a
one of
stretch,
those
but
things.
I support it.
It's a stretch, but the thing about like that, it's just, I don't know. It's like Invade has a certain brand of player. Like there's a certain brand of person that is always running Invade on the ladder. You know what I mean? And it's usually the kind of
This
fucking
is a
person that
super
you would
rough
want to.
matchup,
Yeah, it's a pretty shitty matchup, but that's fine. I'll just keep on throwing cards down, and
and
then if
like
he beats me, he beats me. It is what it is.
in this matchup, you cannot afford to lose your gambler when you have it, like, because that could be all the difference.
I also just smoked this guy on Mid Battlemage when he was playing Telvanni earlier, so I feel like he
I
kind of
was I
owes
was
me.
actually gonna say, was this the same guy? I thought I
Yeah, he
recognized his
kind of
name and
he
card back.
kind of
Okay, I'm not
he
losing
kind of
my mind
owes me
then.
one. He kind of owes me an asshole
Well,
from here, so
he's giving you what he owes you.
yeah, we'll see though. I mean, it's so hard to tell because like I could just draw it into a hit and run, and that could be it, right?
I guess. What's up, Omega Max? This is Shadow AZZ. That reminds me of his name reminds me of what's that guy who I beat in
Omega
your guys'
Massive.
first tournament? Yes, Omega Massive. I haven't seen him on in a while, but he's also I don't think on my friends list on this new
He's one of
account. He
those
was on my
people.
old one.
He's one of those people that fucking.
Takes breaks.
He's a cool dude, but usually when I face him on the ladder, he's playing Telvanni, and it's usually with Gentleman Jim, and I usually just want to like reach through the computer and smack him in the head.
I feel like I've seen him more on like I don't know, like Redoran or stuff like that, but I could be wrong.
He does like to play a deck buff veteran from now every now and again. That's actually the deck that I would say I know him more for that deck, but
Right.
every time recently, at least when he comes back and plays, that I've matched him on the ladder, it's usually Telvanni. And yeah, one thing though, he doesn't usually have Ice Storm, which is funny. Like he has it in his deck, but normally I'll be like playing like a crab deck or something like that, just fucking around on the ladder, and then I'll run into him, and then he'll just all of a sudden,
You said he
turn
you
five
said
comes around,
he
no, it's not that
doesn't
he
run Ice
doesn't.
Storm?
No, it's not that he doesn't run it. He just doesn't have it on turn 6, like every fucking other
Oh,
Telvanni
like they normally
motherfucker
are
does.
supposed to by
Yeah,
law.
yeah, it's like coded into the game.
Okay.
But for some reason, he's the one that I've played against the most
He
that
never has it.
doesn't have it. Like his, I don't know. He's the one that hasn't had it on turn 6 the most consistently, which I don't know why. Maybe he only runs 2. Maybe the game just hates him. You know, maybe it's
I've
like that
played
thing with you
probably
and me where
hundreds
like
and
you have my
hundreds of
number and it's like
matches
you fucking will
against.
draw your stupid shit when you need to draw your stupid shit, and it's like
Right.
always at the right fucking moment to fuck around with my shit and stuff.
I've probably played just hundreds upon hundreds of matches against Telvanni Control, and I'm struggling to think of very many times at all when they have not had an Ice Storm by turn 6 when they need it. Like,
On T6, always. It's almost like it fucking
or turn 5 with Ring.
yeah, if they need it on turn 5 with Ring. But yeah, no, yeah, that's the thing that really it's like what we say. Ice Storm on 6, Death Brahmin or Death Taxes and Brahmin on
Taxes
9.
and yeah,
Brahmin
Ice
always
Storm
on
on turn
fucking
6.
turn 9.
Turn
For fuck's
9, yeah.
sakes. Or like whatever 9 Magicka would be and whatever turn that is if they have a fucking
And then
need for it.
Mid Battlemage, like they always have Ancano or Bolt, and they only run 6 prophecies, but they always hit at least one of them as well.
Yeah,
Those are some rules.
Mid Battlemage does usually hit a prophecy for me, which is funny because I don't hit prophecies in just about like any other fucking deck. Actually, that's a lie. This monk that I made for the tournament, which is actually ridiculously good, hits prophecies for me quite often, which is funny because I mean
The
it's got
one
12,
time,
which is fine, but like it's just I didn't build it to have 12 prophecies to
right.
like always hit them, and I need to hit these prophecies, and because I was talking to
Well, then,
Dano earlier, fucking a couple days ago when he was talking to me about Guildsworn, and he was like, Guildsworn is great and stuff, but he's like, but if I don't hit my prophecies, then it's pretty much GG. I'm like, so you literally are saying that you crutch on the prophecies that you put in your deck. Like, that's not good.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's not a good thing. You should probably
The
not
one
do that.
exception to the rule for your monk would be if you happen to match me, because then we get into Newton's
I
fourth
never
law, where
fucking
like
hit
you have
prophecies
bad
versus you or
you have bad
anything.
luck
It's
against me for
super
whatever
weird,
reason,
man. Or like you'll run like three prophecies in your deck and you'll
and
hit
I'll hit
all
all
three
three
of
of them.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like why?
it'll be the only
Uh,
time that month that I even hit one, but like it's against you.
yeah, the only time that month that I even bothered to run this particular deck with these particular prophecies that I put in like literally 2 games before our game, and I'll still hit them and I'll win because of it. Like, haha. It's like, dude,
Man,
that's not cool.
I am considering hopping off for the night. I don't know if there's any final thoughts for just the recorded part of your stream that will turn into an episode on YouTube we want to wrap up and tie with a bow or not. It's been kind of a
It's been a long
mishmash
night
of
for you, I
different
guess, eh?
things. Yeah, but I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure it has been for you too.
Yeah, I mean it's been a long everything for me, but you know it is what
A
it
long
is.
life.
Yeah, it's another fucking day, man. Yeah, no, yeah, it was nice having you again. It's gonna be nice to
It's
get
just
more
nice to,
consistent
yes,
into this. That's
get
gonna
back in
be
the
the big thing.
swing, hop back in the saddle.
So like today, like I wouldn't even really call this like a particularly an educational video necessarily. That we usually try to give you guys something like just a little bit of advice here and there. I mean, there is if you want to take something from it, of
Play
course.
tournaments when they
Uh,
happen.
yeah, that's the big thing to take away from this particular little episode there for sure. But the main thing I was just gonna say is that expect to expect the same frequency that we had, last uh, well when we were doing these more frequently, essentially. So like once a
Hopefully
week
more. I
again,
mean,
at
I'd
least.
like to have Azura's Zealots host one again at some point. If I can resuscitate Najaro from the dead,
Are you
maybe,
talking about
play
tournaments
like,
in general? I was talking about like these the frequency of like these fucking videos.
oh, the episodes, my bad, my bad.
All good, all
I am
good.
too tired.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
yeah,
we need to
tournaments
increase the
too.
frequency of both of those things.
Yeah, tournaments too, though. That's a good call. Like I said,
Well,
I'll
it's
definitely
been
be doing one in August for sure. So I'll definitely like guys look forward to that as well. Something to mark in your calendar. I guess I don't have a date set for it exactly yet, but I should probably do that soon. Just to kind
yeah,
of
play in the
give the
upcoming NPO tournament, or I don't know if it's just an AROS one, or if
no,
it's like a clan one, but like,
it'll be a clan thing, and anything I do is usually under NPO, the whole NPO banner thing, which is yeah.
yeah, play in that. Random listeners out there or viewers of the stream, you will not regret it. If you do, you can send me a complaint and I will respond to it by carrier pigeon.
Carrier pigeon. Oh yeah, that's funny.
I know I already said it earlier, but one thing I'll say to sign off is like shout out again, once again to Mr. Night Dark Wolf for hosting a super badass tournament, which I was very pleased to be a part of, even though I first round exited, and then also for just hanging out in the stream tonight,
Yeah, that was
doing our
actually
sound testing.
very nice to see him in the stream while we were doing things and talking about the tournament that he hosted, which is it's definitely a convenient thing for sure.
It made it even more enjoyable for me than it normally is. Not that I don't normally enjoy it, but it just added another layer of fun. So shout out Night Dark Wolf. If y'all don't know who he is, check him out. I'm sure he's got plenty of good content out there.
Well, he has
Check
all
out
of
the
the cool
summer
content
tournament.
on his YouTube channel there,
Yeah,
so
add him in game. Harass him, and
harass him,
good naturedly, of course.
harass him, like yeah, harass him to the extent where he has to call the authorities.
Maybe not do
Oh
that,
man.
but
All
also
right.
one other bit of advice from me to all of you out there. If you want to get better at the game, one thing that you can do is to harbor a deep and undying hatred of Telvanni control in your heart, and then just feed off of that when you're having a bad day, and just channel it into a aggro kamehameha where you just cleanse the ladder of that filth.
Just
That'll be my
that's your thing. Hey, you're just like
that's my mic that's my mic drop right there. Signing off.
that's your fucking just remember, kids. Always contain a deep seething hatred for said deck and literally use it to fuel your success on everything that you do. Everything will be
Yeah, not
hate
just in
fueled.
Legends, but in life. I mean, if you're at an interview and they ask why they should give you the job, I mean, you can just whip
I
that
hate
out,
Telvanni
like
control the most, and they're like, "What the fuck is
more than
Telvanni?"
anybody else. Then you can launch into this detailed and articulate explanation of it, and they'll be like, "Man, this guy is passionate and he's
Yeah,
well spoken.
yeah, he
Like, we
fucking
need to
really
hire
hates
him."
this goddamn deck, man. Holy shit.
If any of my employees had this much passion about their work, I would promote them on the spot.
In what game is this that you're talking about?
No, just a game that I was, the number one player for in June of 2021. No big deal.
Oh my god, if you said that to anybody, fucking, oh my god, I wonder how that would fucking blow over in an interview. For God's sake, that would be
They'd be
fucking
like, "All
funny.
right, this guy's a freak. Get him out of here,
Yeah, they'd be like,
security."
who the fuck is this guy? Like, Janet, cancel my fucking 3 o'clock. Like, good lord.
Well, on
Yeah,
that note, it's been
take
fun,
her easy,
man.
man. Yeah, man, take her easy. Fucking, I'll see you when I see you, probably, tomorrow or
Hopefully
the
next
next day.
week.
But yes, definitely this time, around this time anyway, next week would be ideal as well.
All right, man. Don't do too many of these 24-hour streams before then.
No, probably this will be the last one for a while. Probably until like the end of summer.
All right, brother. Later.
Yeah, man, take it easy. Peace. Hmm. I don't know if we actually want to keep him in here or not. Maybe we'll just take him out and see how we do without him. Because he's not necessarily 100% necessary, I don't think. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. There we go. I think we need to have 3 of these for sure. And yeah, running 12 supports is kind of a thing here. Took the Leaf Water Blessings out, so I don't think we need to have the Necromancer's Amulets anymore. Divine Fervor is just a good card to have in general, so I think we keep that. It'll also allow us to do things like Necro Chain, which is nice. And since the Unicorn is going to stay, then it will be nice to have that. The Necromancers, I mean, and the Fervor.